What's up guys, this is the Guitar Gent coming at you with a brand new reaction video, and today once again we're going to take a look at a brand new band for the channel, which is probably the thing that I enjoy doing the most, finding out new music. Thank you again for all your comments and your recommendations, which are allowing me to, discover all these amazing bands that I didn't know before I started this journey. The band we're going to react today is called Asterism. It was probably the biggest request at the moment on the channel when it comes to newer bands from the Japanese scene. The song we're going to react to today is called Dawn. Now this is a 360 degrees battle session studio live. I have no idea. From what you guys told me, I have quite a lot of expectations towards the guitar player. I've heard a lot of good things, let's just say it like that. So I'm a guitar player, I'm a guitar geek, guitar nerd, call me whatever you want, but I love guitar more than almost anything else in the world besides pizza, probably, because I'm still Italian. But without further ado guys, Asterism Dawn. Extremely curious to see what this is about. This is a very long song, it's 8 minutes 17 seconds, which I love. I love long songs, guys. I love them so much. Let's go. Should I be moving around myself now? Is that a bass? What? 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 strings bass. Jesus Christ. Lovely drum set. Oof. I think I'll focus more on the guitar player though, guys. The tone is just... oof. Trying to look at their pedal board to see if there is something like in Kobe. Oh! Oh, all the instruments are working so well together, guys. Rhythmically, like both the bass and the guitar are going on with a very rhythmic riff, and that's exactly following what the drums are playing. Fantastic. I can't believe how clean she's playing all of this. Those Marshall cabinets as well. Oh, that sound. Nice. That's the ZZ Top. I'll explain to you guys what I mean by that later on. Oh! Oh, this is all I'm running pull-offs. Jesus. Oh. The strength and coordination like that you need to have to pull off a section like that, guys, it's phenomenal. She wasn't using her right hand, she was just, oh, wow. Almost choked myself with the tea, guys. That's how good it is. I love also how much she's into the song. That's one of the most important things for me, guys. Enjoyment. Whoa. She uses such interesting guitar shapes. Oh, I feel the bass is going off now though. That tone is... This transition really reminds me of Death Heaven. Tapping bass section with so much reverb and delay. It just sounds so ambient. Ah, that's gorgeous. And we're back. Both the bass and the guitar's voicings are just so tasteful, beautiful. Loving her hairstyle as well, on a very unrelated note. So much emphasis on the Guerni. Godly. Jesus Christ. Oof. Oh my god. This was a 8 minutes instrumental, basically guitar, like an 8 minutes, except for those 30 seconds bass focused. This was basically an 8 minutes guitar extravaganza, which I absolutely adored. Oh my god, guys, there are a couple of things that I want to point out. First of all, I want to explain to you what I meant with the ZZ Top tap. That's the Billy Gibbons tap. It's when you bend a string and then you tap on a fret on that string that's bended. So it's like da da da. It, of course, again, it's something that probably makes much more sense to explain with a guitar, but I hope you got what I mean. And if you know that, if you notice when I pointed it out during the reaction, you'll understand for sure what I meant with that. And I always love when artists pay tribute to great guitarists, especially to those and that generation of blues guitar players like Stevie Ray, Bill Gibbons. It's just fantastic. That's, you know, those are the guys that actually came up with a lot of things that we now use. They were really experimenting in the 60s and in the 70s with all of these different sounds and tonalities and techniques. It's beautiful. Even, you know, even if you think about the 80s, you have Stevie Ray, you have, of course, Eddie Van Halen with the tapping, popularizing the tapping technique that's so common in this scene, in this Japanese scene. And I've also seen quite a lot of Eddie Van Halen gear as well, especially with Bandmate, for example. So it's always good. As a guitar player, it's something that I really enjoy seeing other guitarists paying tribute and homage to great guitar players of the past. Now, when it comes to performance-wise, let me just get the drums and the bass out of the way first, because there is less to say there. They were fantastic, don't get me wrong, guys, but it's clear that the focus was much more on the guitar, which is something that's fine by me, of course. But they were working so well together, and it was such a strong rhythmic section, with, of course, also a chance to shine for the bass in that short bass solo after the transition into the more clean, open section. Let's say more or less halfway through. There was a fantastic tone, beautiful effects. I'm definitely going back and watch to this video, guys, just to, you know, take advantage of the 360 and look at the pedal boards of both the guitar player and the bass player, because there were some fantastic tones in there. The bass, really, when it was going on with the tapping, there was such a sweet reverb, so warm. It was so beautiful, really a gorgeous sound for a bass. And that was an 8-string bass, so I'm very curious to know, and let me know this, guys, if there are songs by this band that are a bit more bass-centric, in which he maybe takes a bit more advantage of that huge bass guitar that he's playing. Onto the guitar now. Where to start? I think the first thing we need to address here is the tone, the guitar tone. As I mentioned, for the bass, it was beautiful, getting all of the transitions spot on with fairly different sounds. Of course, the biggest transition, biggest difference being the one that we had halfway through. But, you know, she had a great crunchy, distorted rhythmic guitar sound. Then she went into this fantastic lead, heavily distorted lead with a lot of reverb. You know, that sound that always makes me think of 80s metal. You know, that sound of the guitars that fills entire stadiums with all that reverb. It's just, let's say, the ballad lead tone, like the November Rain guitar solo tone, more or less, just to give you an idea of what I mean. That was gorgeous. I mean, technically, there were a lot of things, and some of them that I pointed out during the reaction, that it's so hard. It's so hard to achieve that level of technique, guys. There was that whole section that she was playing without the right hand, just pull off and hammer-ons, which, again, sometimes it's actually easier to play something like that compared to actually picking everything, because, of course, you need less coordination. Let's say you just need to work on one end. But to get to that level and to do that for so long and to play what she was playing, so a lot of stretches and a lot of fast descending licks, it's so hard. It's so hard to keep it clean, especially. and she managed to do that. The performance was clear all the way through. Fantastic whammy bar work as well. A lot of like used in a very tasteful manner, because she was always bringing more attention to some specific parts with them, so she wasn't overusing it, which tends to happen with some bands and some guitar players. And I was very happy to see that that was not the case. Every single whammy bar section had a logic, either to transition into something else, or to elevate a specific part and make it stand out. So that was beautiful to see. Other than that, guys, I mean, I could spend hours probably talking just about the guitar techniques that she was using. Some of them I don't even know them myself, I'm sure, if I go back and listen. That was beautiful. As a guitar player, as a guitar geek, that's the type of stuff that excites me. It's something that pushes me and motivates me to go as soon as I'm done with this and grab a guitar and start practicing my scales or whatever it is. I'm not a huge scales guy, but you know what I mean. Just makes me want to play guitar, which is the most important thing. And that's especially because she was enjoying it. Now, there are a lot of cases in which you see some very highly skilled and technical musicians that are playing a song, and they seem to be so focused, like almost like they're not even enjoying it. Like it's almost like a job, it's like this sort of insane focus, which can be good, of course, don't get me wrong. There are some fantastic performances where you see that, but when you see the excitement, you see the artist and especially the guitar player enjoying what she's playing. She was like transitioning, let's say that she was no, that's not even the word. Let's say that she was using her body to transition from each and every section. I don't know if that was an internal, band thing. That's also something that happens, for example, when you bring your guitar up and then you bring it down. It's like a secret language between you and the drummer, for example, to say, okay, let's switch to the next section. And that's something that as a band you really work on, especially for your live performances. But she was jumping, she was headbanging, she was really into the music, and really that just makes me happy, because it's not that uncommon, to be honest, to find amazing musicians, highly skilled musicians that are just not enjoying what they do. Maybe because they are burned out, maybe because they spent 8 hours a day since they were 3 years old playing guitar, and now they're like, I don't want to do this anymore, and that just feels like a job. So when I see things like this, it really makes me happy. It really does. Guys, I want to thank you for recommending me this. Again, once more, it's something that I probably would have never found out, but it's something that I guess you could see that I really did enjoy that. That's something that as a guitar player, sometimes we need that. We need to see something like this to both to enjoy and also to remind ourselves why we do what we do, and to, as I said, motivate us to go and grab a guitar and start practicing again, instead of going on Netflix and watch, I don't know, The Office or whatever it is that's on in there. So guys, thanks again. Let me know again if there are more songs that are also more focused, let's say, on the other instruments. I imagine at this stage that they are a completely instrumental band, which is fine by me. As you know, I love instrumental music. Again, if there are more songs based around the rhythmic section, so the drumming and the bass, I'd be very curious to check that out as well. If there are other great songs, guitar based, of course, I'd be more than happy to check them out too. Really, let me know, again, as it always is with every new band that I react to on the channel, guys. Let me know if this was a good starting point, and provide me, if possible, with a bit more context about the band, about the musicians in the band. One of the most fantastic things about this scene seems to be that there is a lot of collaborations between the bands. So a lot of artists starts, maybe collateral projects, and then they took off, and it's all over the place, and it's beautiful. It's just, there is so much going on that it's so exciting, honestly. You never know what might be coming up. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm afraid this might have been a longer one also because I've been talking a lot and the song was a long one. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. I do appreciate you taking some time of your day to watch this, and leave me your recommendations below. Hopefully if you decide to stick around, I'll see you soon with the next one. Thanks again, guys. Bye.